Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. And that film cost me over $100,000 to make. It covers only about, I don't know, 25 or 30 declassified nerve gassing of U.S. troops, radiating of U.S. children, Israel radiating 110,000 of their children, murdering many of them, the Nazi experiments. But it covers from the globalist own admissions why and how they're doing it. It's almost a 3-hour film. And I'm begging you to go get the free film at the bottom of this article and to get it out to everybody you know. You may know all about this stuff, but your friends, your family, your neighbors don't. And we can use a viral story that a lot of people are discussing right now. In fact, it's been the hottest search term the last 2 days running is the dead birds. We can use a variant of that to get millions of people. That's just one punch we're throwing. Doesn't mean it's going to defeat the globalist, but resistance is victory. If you're listening to this radio show, look in the mirror. You're the solution. You are the resistance. And I'd said that for a long time, and so had many other leaders in fights against tyranny before they kind of ruined it for us with T3 or T4. You know, this is John Connor, and if you're listening to my voice, you are the resistance. No. I kind of stole our thunder there. But if you are listening out there, you are the resistance, and resistance is victory. Is mass bird and fish die-off connected to government testing? Well, you know, I haven't done a search term in about 3 weeks. And people have been asking me to do them, and I can't think of a better one than dealing with eugenics. What should we say to link it back to this article? Is mass bird and fish die-off connected to government testing? You guys got any ideas in there? I mean, what's a search term we can use? Because I gave Watson the headline. Watson wrote most of the article. I contributed to it. Yeah, but if I say that, that's conclusive, and that's not in our headline. That is a good headline. It just can't be too long. Is mass bird and fish die-off connected to government testing? Let me think here. A lot of times if I think and just throw one out, that becomes the search term. I got to be careful. An army of great activists are out there just waiting by their keyboards. Is mass bird and fish die-off connected to government testing? I don't know. Maybe bird government testing. That's 3 words. How's that sound? Bird government testing. Let's make bird government testing 3 words. That's the search term. Bird government testing. And while we're at it, if you type Endgame, I guess until they try to delist it, into a search engine, not Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, just Endgame. It's not Samuel Beckett, the play. It's not the final chess moves, an Endgame. It's not even the U.S. government's Operation Endgame that got declassified after a film came out that's a mass martial law plan. And that came out 2 years ago. You just type in Endgame. 2 words, Endgame, and the #1 search term on the web is already my film, the free video. So let's just make it Endgame. That way, #1, they'll see bird government testing. Because if I did something like bird die-off, that would just lead people to other stories that don't explain it. So we'll do bird government testing, and Endgame. And that way you'll have #1 and #2, and then hopefully other blogs and news outfits, well, not hopefully, they always do, will then write about our story, and then that will get around the electronic Berlin Wall or blockade when this becomes the #1 search terms in the next few hours. They've already delisted us from Google News so that people won't see it on the news feature, but that won't matter. That won't stop the great activist out there. So let's search the term bird government testing. 3 words, put that in Google over and over again, and Endgame. And we could do the third search if you want, because they've got hot searches, but then also hot topics. We could have a #1 hot topic. If it's so long, it'll be a hot topic. End game blueprint for global enslavement. If you want to do the whole thing, end game blueprint for global enslavement. And it's a well-produced, powerful, 2-hour, 45-minute film. And the top link, in fact, let's show folks. Let's go to the devilish CIA Google right now, live on screen. And if you just put in end game as 1 word or 2 words, we'll do it as 2 words, end game, the top link, and at least last time I checked a few months ago, the top link when you put in end game is, as you can see right there, Alex Jones end game. So the top 3 links, yep. And then there's a Hollywood movie called Endgame. This #4. The #5 is us again. So there you have it. We're already #1 there, just naturally. So we're just augmenting and creating a synergy there. Search the term end game as 1 word or as 2 words. Technically, end game is usually 2 words. Yeah, let me search that and make sure. Yes, 2 words. End game is your second search, and then bird government testing is the other search. And then if you want to have the #1 hot topic, we can just have end game blueprint for global enslavement. And then people will be led, when they're interested in looking into the birds, they'll be led to the #1 suspect. I mean, if a group's done this tens of thousands of times we know of, including lethally killing citizens premeditatedly, capital murder, then why wouldn't they be the #1 suspect? See, there's a mental block that's been engineered into people not to look at reality.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Stefan Molyneux joined us about a month ago, but he was on the road and had a bad phone line. He's going to be joining us via video Skype if you're a pacman.pt.vu viewer, so it should be great audio to go over a host of issues with Stefan, who's a very popular essayist and author and well-known anarchist. A real anarchist, not a communist wearing a red star, running around burning things on the police payroll. That's the system trying to put their false image of an anarchist in there to distract and to divert you so they can bring in their draconian control. So we're going to be talking to Stefan coming up at the 8 after. I've got a lot of economic news I want to get to. Natural disaster news, killed 295,000. That's being reported. Where's the TSA to protect us from natural disasters? I mean, they can't allow one death. Oh, they've got to take all our rights in case terrorists get us, but we have a much better chance of the government terrorist nerve gassing us or tasering us to death or putting chemicals in our water. But that's okay, see, because they're still our protectors. But I wanted to shift gears to this economic collapse blog article. This video is actually over a year old from the Financial Times of London. But notice a year later, so much of what he's talked about came true. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's 10 minutes long, but it's in the article up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com titled, George Soros, the United States must stop resisting the orderly decline of the dollar, when that's all we have left. Globalism promised us milk and honey. Now we're deindustrialized. All we have is the dollar and the coming global currency and the new world order. Now, simultaneously, his Huffington Post, which he openly finances, Media Matters openly finances them, they say that I'm a raving lunatic and none of this world government exists. Just remember that. So we'll go ahead and play part of this clip as we go out to break, and we'll come back in the next hour. Stay with us.
What sort of a financial deal should Obama be seeking to strike when he travels to China next month?
No, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order. They are kind of reluctant members of the IMF. They play along, but they don't make much of a contribution because it's not their institution. Their share is not commensurate. Their voting rights are not commensurate to their weight. So I think you need a new world order that China has to be part of the process of creating it, and they have to buy in. They have to own it the same way as, let's say, the United States owns the Washington Consensus, the current order. And I think this would be a more stable one where you would have a coordinated policies. I think the makings of it are already there, because the G20, in agreeing to peer reviews, effectively is moving in that direction.
Given this continued weakness in the U.S. economy, are people right to start to be concerned about the dollar?
Well, they are, of course, and the dollar is a very weak currency except for all the others. So there is a general sort of lack of confidence in currencies, and a move away from currencies into real assets. The Chinese are continuing to run a big trade surplus, and they're still accumulating assets, and basically the renminbi is permanently undervalued.
We'll be back. Stay with us.
The GCN Radio Network, providing the world with hard-hitting talk radio. GCN. Great talk radio starts here.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop,